Can you guys hear me now? My sound was not working, and I saw that it was not working. So maybe we should try again. We good? Sweet. Okay, here we go. Let's try that again. Round 2. All right, so yesterday we were working on the X method. Today I'm going to try to make it a little bit shorter. Oh, I see you guys are buffering though. We're just going to keep moving and hopefully it will at least record and then we'll have something for you guys to refer back to. But at this point, we're just going to keep pushing forward, keep moving forward. All right, yesterday we worked on the X method. That means we have A times C on the top and B on the bottom. We're looking for two numbers that multiply to give me C and add to give me B. Now we have different options. Sometimes these two numbers, one's going to be positive, sometimes one is going to be negative. Sometimes they're both positive. Sometimes they're both negative. It just depends on what we're given for our expression to factor out. So let's go ahead and take a look at number 6 here. I'm only going to do about 2 examples with a negative C, and then we're going to go back and refresh our normal what we were practicing yesterday, and maybe tomorrow we'll be able to do some more. Okay? So let's look at number 6. We're still refreshing a lot. Okay. Let's look. We're looking for A, B, and C. A is the number right in front of the first variable, the squared. So that is going to be 1. B is the second term, 4. And C is the last term without a variable. So my C is my constant. It's negative 12. We have to include that negative. Yesterday, we had a negative on the B. You can look right over to the next, or right over here. We had a negative B right over here. This time we have a negative C. So when we draw out our X, we have A times C on the top, and what plus what equals B. So A times C, what is A times C? 1 times negative 12. Negative 12. Good. And then B comes down here, 4. We're looking for what two numbers multiply to give me negative 12, but add to be 4. Right? Now, negative 12, that means I'm going to have a positive number and a negative number. So let's list out my factors. Let's see. 1 times 12 is 12, but if I need a negative 12, that means I could have a negative 1 times 12 or 1 times negative 12. Now let's think of other ones. What about 2 and 6? 2 times 6 is 12, but I need a negative 12. So that means I could have negative 2 times 6, or I could have 2 times negative 6. Oh boy, honey. It's recording, but it's buffering over there a lot the whole time.
I don't know why.
I don't know either. I guess I'll just keep going and record it and they can watch it later. Cool. All right, I have more factors of negative 12. 3 times 4. Well, 3 times 4 gives me a positive 12. I need a negative 12. So I could have negative 3 times 4 or 3 times negative 4. All right, the next factor would be 4, which I already have in here, so I'm going to stop. These are all of my factors I have. I need to see which group adds to be positive 4. See, B is a positive, so I need which ones add to be positive 4. Let's see, negative 1 plus 12 is not 4. 1 minus 12 is not 4, so we're going to go ahead and cross these guys out. What about 6 minus 2? Negative 2 plus 6. If we need to, we could plug that into Desmos or into a calculator, which Desmos is not opening up for me. And we would get a positive 4. So negative 2 and 6 are the ones I'm going to use. Negative 2 and positive 6. All right, so then I would just write out my factors. My variable comes first, a minus 2. And then my other factors, a plus 6, because it's a positive. And this guy right here is my answer. All right. We're going to try one more. And then we're going to probably just hold off on some of our practice for tomorrow. It's going to be an extra short video so that I can try and work out some of these kinks that are going on with the video and the streaming. All right. So let's go ahead, let's look at this guy right here. B squared minus B minus 72. All right, so I'm going to list out what is A, 1. What is B? What number is in front? Negative 1. And what is C? Negative 72. All right, if you notice, B and C are both negative now. So let's draw out our X. We have what multiplies to be A, C, and adds to be B. Now B is negative 1. A times C is negative 72. So I've got to start listing out my factors of 72, but not just 72. It's got to be a negative 72. So remember, 2 positives make a positive. 2 negatives make a positive. 1 positive, 1 negative makes a negative. 1 negative and 1 positive makes a negative. So let's list out our factors again. Let's see, we could have 1 and 72, which makes 72, but we need a negative 72. So that means we could have negative 1 times 72, or 1 times negative 72. Another option could be 2 times 36. That gives me a positive, so I need to get a negative 72. So maybe negative 2 times 36. And 2 times negative 36. All right, 3 does go into 72. How many times? 24. So I have negative 3 times 24 and 3 times negative 24. 4 goes into 72. Do you know? Plug it into a calculator if you need it. 18 times. So negative 4 times 18 and 4 times negative 18. Oh my goodness, we could keep going and going and going. There's quite a few. So 5 does not go into 72. 6 does. So we have 6 times 12. Negative 6 times positive 12, and 6 times negative 12. 7 does not go into 72, and now we're at our last factors. 8, negative 8, and 9, and 9, I'm going to write it right here, and negative 8. Oh well. Positive 8 and negative 9. There we go. Fixed it. All right. So I'm looking for which one of these, when I add them together, is going to give me negative 1. Well, let's see. This guy right here is not going to be negative 1. Neither is this one or this one. 2 plus negative 36. Negative 3 plus 24. 3 minus 24. All right. negative 4 plus 18, 4 minus 18, negative 6 plus 12, 6 minus 12. All right, that leaves me to negative 8 and 9 and 8 and negative 9. Let's see, if we have negative 8 plus 9, does that equal negative 1? No, it equals a positive 1. But if I have 8 minus 9, does that equal negative 1? It sure does. So that means I have 8 and negative 9 right here. So I'm going to go ahead and erase some of these factors because I don't need them anymore, and that will give me some extra space to write out my factors of v squared minus v minus 72. I keep my variable. I'm going to have a plus 8 because it's a positive, and I'm going to have a minus 9 because it has that minus sign there. This would be my answer. All right, guys, you guys do have a lot or a little bit more of Edgenuity to complete, I believe, and then I think you also have some more Delta math to be practicing. I'm going to be practicing more of these problems every day this week, so again tomorrow and then start again on Monday. So we'll just keep practicing these. I'm going to try and figure out what's going on over here with the streaming and the video, and then I will see you guys again tomorrow, same time, 8:25. Bye!